Double Diamond Railroad back on a Do Not Hump Wednesday. Things are well, it's settled down now, but yesterday was a long, hard day. About 6 hours in the afternoon. Lots of problems. Lots of failures. And they were all so different and weird. Some went together, some didn't. Most of them separate. And they just kept piling up. I was down here speed matching the big contest for the stack train and using the AccuTrack, which I was convinced was failed. I tore it apart the other day, reseeded the chip, no good, didn't help at all, didn't change anything. So I had checked everything. Finally I thought, let me find it here. Step back here and find this. Finally, I noticed one thing. I've been using it for 4 months this way, and it was fine. But I thought I will check this, replace this, eliminate one more thing. So here's what we had. See if we can get it in the camera. Get up here, you can see it. You can see maybe the wires are twisted and pulled. Don't want to focus that close. Twisted and pulled out. Like I said, I've been using it for 4 months that way. It doesn't do anything. Usually when that happens, the controller, the voltage will go real low and things won't run. The controller will trip out. Never had any sign of trouble. So I thought, it's so erratic. Readings were so erratic. So I said, I got a spare new one here. I swapped out for a new 7-foot controller wire. Bingo, miracle. The engine started running perfect. 48-48 both ways, or 50-50 both ways. I just had to adjust them a teeny bit. Broke the consist down, deleted each engine out of the consist, tested them one at a time, adjusted them, didn't need too much. Most of them need to come up a little bit. But it started working really good. So this speedometer was reading fine. Problem is, I had already ordered one from Yankee Dabbler prior to that, when I was sure that that thing was bad or going bad. So I got a new one on the way. I texted him, called him. I couldn't get it stopped. It already shipped. And the problem is, well, he said, text me and we'll cancel it. Well, it got out. So he won't refund it. All he will do is give me an in-store credit. So I got $76 out there to use after I send this back. No restock charge for sending it back, just unopened return. I got to pay the freight. Priority mail back, wait for that to get in, or it's going to take a week and a half. And then I'll have a $77 credit. So what I think I'm going to do based on what I run into now, I said I had three K1D4s, or KD14s, yeah. Or K1D4, now I'm messing up. My head's tired, I got Excedrin on me. K1D4 TCS decoder goes in these. In Ikatos. I had 3. Well, I found out one is bad. At least one. Will not set to speed. And that was on that new Canadian Pacific, so I changed to another one. Went back to the one that was in the burned up engine. And it works pretty good. Sets pretty good. Then I started finding, when I'm working on that contest, that this guy right here, he was having big time troubles. Forward and backwards. Speed difference. So I went to change that this morning. Well, I can't. It was soldered in on one side of the motor contact. I'm going to have to get my wife to help me wick off this solder before I can change. I have one other supposed good board from a sound change out. We're going to put that in there because this goes forward 48, reverse 51. It will not take any motor trim changes. It just ignores them. So I don't know what's up with that. And the other weird thing is, you see the way it's sitting. If I took it, when I first started testing it, if I ran it this way through the decoder or through the speedometer, if I run it that way, it says 67 miles an hour going to the right and 45 going to the left. I thought, that is crazy. It's really reading wacky. So I turned the engine around, like you just saw, like this, ran it that way, 48 miles an hour, and going this way, which is reverse on that. It was doing 51. I can't change it. It won't. I can jack it up more, but it's always that margin. Will not take the motor trim. So it's got to be swapped out. Can't have it like that if you're going to consist. It's okay solo, but not in consisting. So that's another problem to work on. Okay, I'm going to take you off the mount because I need to show you some other things that happen. It's just really a tough day. Okay, back here on this solder joint, I was having, when I ran the NS SD40-2 through, every time I hit that solder joint, it would just stop. And I thought I had trouble with the frog juicer. I'll explain that. I did. But couldn't feel that much. The back rail had a little sharp bump on the inside. I filed it. Didn't help. So I got a mirror, looked inside, down inside there. Probably can't see now. And the solder had leaked through to the inside. Got up on the joiner. So I took a triangle file, a tapered file, got that all smoothed down, still had a problem. So I thought, okay, something's wrong. I kept feeling this back joint coming off there that you see filed down a little bit. Insulated joiner there. And I thought, looking at it from straight down, I thought that doesn't look right. And it looked like the rail on the right was bent in a little bit. But you know, if you get any heat around the insulated joiner, they can shift. So I thought, okay, I took my pliers, needle nose, and put them on there and torqued it to where this rail on the right moved out and the one on the left lined up better then. Then I ran through, now it's fine. Goes right through there. So then we had something else here, the frogs were dead. And I, get this, I had everything on testing for 2 hours, turned it all off, went to lunch, came back down an hour later, and I looked, this frog was dead. I looked underneath, my juicers were dead. I checked my power switch and everything, number 4 to feeds it, which I'm going to label now, because I had a brain fart and couldn't remember how I powered this, because everything was acting up. I was really getting frustrated and confused. So, look down there and get on my stool underneath, and see if I can show you. Okay, that's the Iowa scale block detector there. But down there is the single TAM juicer, frog juicer, that goes to that switch up there, and this is the hex that feeds all the other ones. Well, they were all blacked out. So I thought, what the heck, I knew from before the white wire was giving me trouble. That's the power leads on the left. So I started pulling and feeling around. Well, the red one fell out of the terminal. So, okay, I called the wipe down. We got down under there. Got it put back in, secured down. Everything came to life. And then we had power up here at the frogs again. Then we had good testing through the frog. Everything rolls. Then, just unbelievable stuff happening. So I was making progress. Then all of a sudden, my controller says, short circuit detected on the display. I have never seen that happen. Never seen it anywhere. I'm looking all over. Where's the short? This guy wasn't even here. And I thought, well, maybe these guys, they're bridging the 2 switches there. Power frogs. I moved them a little bit. Took that caboose off. He's got metal wheels. Anybody with metal wheels, started taking them off. And then I thought, wait a minute. This block 12 was the only one I had turned on for testing. And there was that Firefly sitting there. This is like a 4-year-old Firefly I got. Wish I could get more. I got it 25 bucks. Some guy in Pittsburgh made them. Can't find them anymore. They're the best. If that's the one I had. I don't think that's one of the new ones, but it might be. Could be the new Fred that I got. Yeah, it is. You see how far that sticks out? And then you come over here. Here's the old style. Where is it? See how close it is to the body? That one works perfect. So here's the new one. So I took that car and pulled it off the track because it's on the same power block. Amazingly, the short went away. So I put him back on later because I thought, well, maybe not. Maybe something intermittent. I looked up and it was blacked out. And all of a sudden a message comes up on my controller again. Short circuit detected. So I moved that guy just a little bit and he started flashing. Then it cleared. So something going on there. Just all kinds of weird electrical things. I never seen that message on a controller before. And the weird thing was, it didn't trip out like it's supposed to. It's supposed to trip out the panel. The red light should have gone out. Down here, it should have gone out. It was still on. And so what you do on this, I had to hit program escape. And I got out of it and it says exit or number 1, program anyway. I thought, well, how can you program with the short detected? So I backed out until I cleared the short. So what a mess it's been. Took a lot of time. So we know out of the 3 decoders I had, I think 2 are not too good. Even this one that I put in here and got working, it's not the greatest on speed matching forward and backward in that Canadian Pacific. So I'd like to replace it anyway. And then replace this, desolder it, put the other one. I have one spare I think is good. So when that AccuTrack comes, since I'm sure this one's working now, I'm going to send it back, take my store credit by 3 of the $33, I think they are, K1D4s, so I can fix this one, the Canadian, and there was something else, or I'll have a spare. So we're going to try to do that, try to get these guys in shape. Okay, so we're going to give a short demo run of the new Consist, and that's something else I have to do yet. I tried to get it yesterday, but it ran out of time. The TCS boards and Consist, there's weird things you have to, CVs you have to set, CV22, CV49, CV50, I think it is. Well, the lighting on this 4848 UP is perfect. I got both front and back lights on in Consist. This guy won't do it. I changed 2 settings, but there's one I didn't because I couldn't get it to work, so I put it back. So I gotta break this Consist down again, isolate this guy, take him out of the Consist, delete him, and go into his CVs, those 3 CVs, and see what his settings really are that work. Then come back and do this guy the same way and apply the settings to him. There is one thing I'm gonna try. I've seen this trick I did before. You can call up the locomotive 8701 as a single loco and say, turn the lights on. And then sometimes they'll stay on and run with the others. But you shouldn't have to do that. Consist lighting's supposed to take care of it. So I gotta find out what is that set to in this yellow one to make it work so good. It's the only one that works perfect. So we're going to fire these guys up, put you back on a tripod, fire them up and do a drive-by. Going to have enough time here. Stand by. Okay, let's get him fired up. I got the speedometer on too. While that's warming up, I'm going to come over here and try this trick of the lights. Select loco 8701. Enter. And turn his lights on. Yeah, got them on. So there's the trick. If I do, I think both are on. Front and back, it looks like. Now I'll come back to, shouldn't have to do it independent though. Back to our consist, 4850 consist. There we go. Well, forgot about that. Stand by, we gotta fix the horn programming function again. Yeah, every time you go in program mode, it puts a bell on number 2 or some other number than what it's supposed to be. This is pretty much untested, other than 6 feet of running forward and backward with the engines. Going to keep chasing the power. Yeah, I see the light on a red one. So we're getting closer on that. You can make it work. Let's zip over here and set it for a power reading, speed reading. It'll read your first one. Yeah, that's what we're doing. I'm on speed step 8. Take it up to 10, which it won't change now. It's really accurate in the lower speeds. Got it darkened down so you can read the meter. Yeah, now it says 10. It took a new reading when it changed to the stack train, so it's right on. That's good. I never run a train through it. I know people do. I just run the engines. See if it'll detect it slowing down. Read some car. It's coming through the diamond. Taking a new reading as a speed change. I don't know what it's going to lock on. There it is, 3.6. Okay, I gotta stop. I got an Amtrak ahead. Okay, well, that shows you how that thing works. It is very accurate at the low end. I had these things down to 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, forward and backward. Able to adjust them that low. But this one, obviously something wrong with it. If it ignores the motor trim settings, we'll get it fixed. today. We'll desolder that one that's in there on this 4835. He's always been troubled since day one. Had bad trucks when it was new. I had to replace them, fix that. It would always derail, stop that. It was a rear truck. And I've had, this will be the third decoder into it. Okay guys, that's all I can take right now. Get up and get this video uploaded. Got to get out and mow the yard today. Grown up so fast. I'm up to 12 Purple Martins now, living out of 7 gourds, 8 are open. Quite busy and noisy out back in the backyard. Fun to watch them. They're doing a good job. They were doing, never seen this before. They're flying to the ground out by a septic tank hatch, leach bed tank hatch, and they're getting swarms of ants. My wife saw it. They're going to ground and getting ants, eating them. Never seen that. They usually only eat stuff in the air. So lots of weird things I'm seeing this year, including my trains. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Take care. God bless. Have a great rest of the week. Double Diamond Railroad out.